ano yung plano ng DepEd moving forward? Kasi nandiyan ang PAYAC na sinabi na nila 100%. 100% mako-cover na nila for this 2024-2025. Attorney Tara, yes. Pasensya, Attorney Tara, talagang
It's
this is
okay.
for us.
Opo.
Kasi ang laki rin ng amount na eh.
Of course,
Yes.
Mr. Chair. I'd just like to clarify, Mr. Chair, no, na also the DepEd, even if the DepEd was not able to also physically check the schools previously years, because of course we have PAYAC to do that. Starting school year 2023-2024, Mr. Chair, we also did the LIS validation, the Learners Information Validation, and that's for the 100% po talaga. That's why 2023-2024, that's the start na tiningnan po talaga natin lahat ng mga billing statements.
Attorney Tara, so beginning 2023, 2024, then 2024, 2025, so dalawang academic calendar, kayo on your own, without the help of PAYAC,
Yes, Mr.
you looked
Chair.
at it 100%.
Yes, Mr.
Sa
Chair.
2023, 2024, meron pa bang nahuli doon? Meron kayo pinaginalaan?
Meron po tayong mga hindi meron po tayong hindi ni-release na mga voucher, and even
So 2023, 2024, ilan yun?
sa 2023-2024, Mr. Chair, we have around, for the senior high school voucher program, we held around 200 million. Hindi po natin release, Mr.
200
Chair.
million for that one academic calendar.
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Chair.
Yung 200 million na ito, yung 200 million na to, you have the stand-alone ba to na senior high schools or hindi?
Hindi po natin to na Mr.
Yes, but
Chair,
you will be
constant.
able to come up with that figure kung senior high school stand-alone ito or meron na silang previously, meron na silang basic education dati.
Yes, Mr. Chair,
So
we
could
will
you submit that to the committee when?
next week, Mr. Chair.
Next week, yes. Sa 200 million na ito, that covers how many schools?
We'll double check with
So
that,
you'll give
Mr.
us
Chair.
the data on that.
Also, that
Ilang
data.
estudyante ang covered ng 2023 to 2024 yung 200 million?
Around 22,000, Mr. Chair. Mga around ganun lang po. 20,000 plus, Mr. Chair. Students po.
Number of students. So, Attorney Tara, DepEd family, for 2023 to 2024, you can confidently tell the Filipino public na na-cover nyo na yan. Yan yung 200 million yung posibleng, na-stop nyo. So other than the 200 million, wala na mahanap dun sa 2023 to 2024 or hindi mo rin masasabi with confidence yun?
Hindi din natin masasabi in
Akala ko
confidence,
na-cover
Mr.
nyo ng 100%.
Well, the 100% really, Mr. Chair, is that if dino-double check lang po natin if the billing statement na sinubmit po nila stating that the learners are enrolled in their schools ay nasa LIS din po. Meaning same lang po ng information sa LIS. So in
other words, ito yung sinubmit nila sa inyo na for payment, and then pag check niyo sa LIS, hindi talaga naka-enroll sa school na yon.
Opo, Mr. Chair. Ito
Sige.
po yung
So
nakita
that is
natin.
one case.
That's one case.
Oh.
There's also no enrollment record.
What do
So
you mean by no enrollment record?
wala po silang linagay po na enrollment status. Meaning, if the school said na grade 11 tong bata sa amin, pero pag sinecheck po namin sa Learners Information System, ang remarks po doon is no enrollment status, Mr. Chair. So wala pong data entry na sinasabi po doon na doon nag-enroll sa kanila. So we also hold that, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Ano pa?
No enrollment status. Yung mga ano din, Mr. Chair, if they are also, I think that's it, Mr. Chair.
Pero, just to go back, sinabi mo, Attorney Tara, when I asked you if you can confidently tell the Filipino public na nahuli na ninyo, possibly lahat, sinabi mo hindi rin. So meron pwede pang umangat yung 200 million na to.
Perhaps, Mr. Chair, because what we just check is the matching. But if ever PAYAC will go po sa physically, perhaps baka lang po may nakita din po sila na wala po palang attendance record. So, yun lang po
Hindi
yung
man lang pumasok whether face-to-face o online.
yes, Mr. Chair.
That's one more.
Oo,
Ano pa?
baka yun yung isa sa mga nakikita kong ano din, Mr. Chair.
Yes, meron pang iba. So, itong 200 million for 2023, 2024, pwedeng lumaki pa.
Perhaps, Mr.
Pwede.
Chair.
For
Apo.
2024 to 2025, ilan naman yung na-hold ninyo or wala na, clean na din?
Okay. For 2024-2025, Mr. Chair, ito po yung sinabi natin na nag-conduct na din po ang DepEd and PAYAC ng application interface po, yung API, application program interface. Meaning, Mr. Chair, from the time po na mag-create yung mga schools ng kanilang billing statements, before sila makakreate, chine-check na po ng LIS, system to system po. Wala po tayong ganyan po dati nung school year 2023-2024. Kasi nakakapag-create yung mga schools and then by the time na lang po na na-receive natin yung billing statements, saka na lang po natin na-check before we release the payment. So in school year 2024-2025, upon creation pa lang, Mr. Chair, na-check na po ng system. So so ngayon, meron pa pong when the billing statement is received by DepEd Gas sa amin po sa central office, we still do another round of checking in the LIS. So when we did that, Mr. Chair, meron na lang po tayong around 50 million, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Chair, na hold po. And the usual reason po of the schools is that nag-transfer na daw po kasi yung bata from their school to another public school or another private school. By that time, mga nasa October to November, Mr. Chair.
So effectively, kailangan nyo pa rin, you have to still give payment under the voucher program. Basta naka one sem man lang, ano ang minimum para, enrollment lang. Pag nag-enroll ako sa private school, kunwari, student A goes to a private, nag-enroll siya, next day umalis na siya, pumunta ng DepEd, entitled pa rin ba yung private school na yun to a voucher payment?
Actually, Mr. Chair, we do not release even if basta so long as hindi po nag-match talaga sa LIS. So
Correct. But what is
regardless
the
of
requirement? I get your point. Pero ano yung requirement ng under the voucher program? Kailangan ba naka-enroll lang o kailangan naka one quarter man lang, naka one sem o natapos man lang yung academic calendar?
well, the voucher kasi, Mr. Chair, is really ideally it's for 1 year. So in short, Mr. Chair, kung meron lang po silang minimum stay and then nag-check po kami sa LIS, wala na po sila doon, hindi po namin ni-release. The voucher guidelines says that after 30 days from the time na school opens, they can create the billings. But it did not say we will pay. It did not say na guaranteed po kayo na payment na kahit 30 days lang po ay mababayaran na po yung mga bata. So we don't release payment.
Until end of the year.
No, Mr. Chair, until ma-receive namin, and that is around mga second semester po, Mr. Chair.
Second semester. So sa umpisa, 30 days after, then sa second sem, pag nandun sa LIS system na lumalabas na a student siya under that private school, parang yun ginugo nyo.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Paano nga kung hindi naman niya matapos?
Hindi po namin, nahuhold po talaga sa amin, Mr. Chair.
No, hindi nyo naman, paano nyo i-hold? Chine-check nyo lang until the beginning or the mid-time lang nung second sem, sabi mo.
Sorry, can you repeat that, Mr. Chair? Sorry.
Yung una kong question is this. In order for a private senior high school under the voucher program to receive payment under the voucher program, ano ang conditions or requirements? Must the student be there for enrollment lang? 1 day is good enough? 1 sem, 1 quarter? O kailangan matapos niya yung buong academic calendar in that particular private school?
Okay. sa releasing, ideally, Mr. Chair, just to set the na context, no, ideally, the voucher is really for one whole year.
So dapat nakapagtapos man lang yung bata doon.
Yes, Mr.
Nakapag-aral
Chair.
lang siya
Yes,
ng
Mr.
one
Chair.
academic
Opo.
calendar.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Oh.
However, of course, in our billing cycle natin, Mr. Chair, in our fiscal
So
year na.
before you proceed,
Yes po.
ano yung basis natin for that? That is in the concept talaga of a voucher, or is it expressly stated in a department order, memorandum order, or the law na dapat yung nakapagtapos, or that is based on the concept of the voucher program?
It is not expressly stated talaga, Mr. Chair, but I think pwede kong i-relate siya doon sa guidelines natin na wherein kung lumipat yung mga bata ng ibang school within the school year, they will not be already hindi na po sila pwedeng mag-grantees. Yung mga list of disqualification ng mga learners po, Mr. Chair.
Saan mahanap tong list of disqualification?
Okay. It's in the Department Order 20 series of 2023. I'll just check
So bago
po
lang.
yung every year po kasi, Mr. Chair, dati we issue
You reissue the
guidelines.
same department order.
Yes po.
Under that department order, ano yung nakasulat na about disqualified students? Kasi yun yung magiging basis eh.
Correct, Mr. Chair. For a while, Mr. Chair.
Yes. So payak lang. Di ba sabi kanina ni Attorney Tara, from 2023 to 2024, more or less ang na-hold nila 200 million. And they were able to do this because they used the LIS system. Doon nila dinoble check. And is this the same system that you plan to implement beginning this academic calendar?
In school year 2024-2025, we already implemented yung the API that Attorney Tara mentioned, because we've been requesting also for an enhancement in the API so that we can also
So kaya yung system na in-implement nila is what you are telling this committee that you will be doing.
at the end of the school year.
100%.
Yes, sir.
Ang next question ko, you were here when I was asking Attorney Tara. Sabi ni Attorney Tara, when I asked her, would you be 100% confident to tell the Filipino public na wala makakalusot? Ang sagot niya, hindi pa. So why will you implement this kung hindi rin pala, why don't you improve on the very,
Mr. Chair, kasi the point of checking of DepEd gas is per semester. So there may be cases na in between the first semester and end of the school year, the student left or dropped or
Yes.
transferred to another school. And that's the reason why we're checking at the end of the school year to make
Yes.
sure.
So, sir, you agree with Attorney Tara that kailangan, in order to be a beneficiary of the voucher system, that student in that private senior high school must have been a student from day one until the last day of the academic calendar.
We agree. However, in DepEd Order number 20 kasi, schools are required to refund payments if the VP or if the beneficiary dropped out prior to the start of second semester or transferred to another school prior to the start of second semester. So there is a provision in DepEd Order number 20/2023 kasi. So that's the reason why Attorney Tara is also saying na hindi sila sure kasi at the point of checking, no, the student should probably still with the school. But after none, there is a chance that the student dropped out or transferred to another school kasi.
Yes, but the concept that dapat until end of the academic calendar holds true. So any private senior high school who has a student na nag-enroll sa kanila on day one of the academic calendar, by second sem, yung bago mag-second sem, nagbigay sa inyo ng notice na, student pa rin namin siya. Na-check ninyo, yes. Pero during the mid of second sem, umalis. Hindi na siya entitled to payment of the voucher. That is, nandun tayo eh.
Mr. Chair, kasi sa provision ng DepEd Order, kung hanggang hanggang first sem lang. So if in the DepEd Order, it mentions yung whole year na hindi babayaran pag nag-drop out after second sem or nag-transfer after second sem.
Sige, habang
Yes
hinahanap
po.
ni Attorney Tara, Attorney Alarcon, could you help us out on this? Ano yung understanding ninyo ng private schools? In order for you to be entitled to the payment under the voucher program, the student must have been enrolled in that same private high school from day one of that academic calendar until the last day of that academic calendar. That is correct. Is that correct?
That is correct, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Yes. So, Attorney Alarcon, if ever that student drops out in the second sem midway, hindi na entitled. Hindi na.
Yes po.
So, klaro yan.
Klaro po.
Is there anyone from the private school here or any person who has a different view? So, clear talaga sa ating lahat yon. Kailangan yung student from day one, estudyante nung same private school up to the last day nung that same academic calendar. Clear yon?
Clear po.
Clear yon.
Mr. Chair.
No. Academic calendar is not for SEM.
Senior high school po, twice po.
Yes. Ma'am Cruz, please enlighten us.
Pag senior high school po kasi twice ang ano niyan eh. First sem tsaka second sem
Ang billing.
pag-bill. Opo.
Yes. So, FEAC does not agree with you, but again, ano yung basis niyo for doing? Baka naman practice niyan. Pero the
Hindi
payment
po, yung
is...
payment po ng DepEd sa amin. Sa aming school, ewan ko lang kung may iba pang system ang DepEd.
Yes.
Kasi sa amin po, twice. Pag natapos yung first sem ng senior, babayaran ka.
Magkano babayaran?
Parang,
Half lang.
opo, kalahati.
Kalahati. Because parang tulong
Bukod-
na rin sa private school yun.
Kasi opo,
diba?
sa junior high school po, ang payment ng DepEd ay buo.
Yes.
Isang beses lang magbabayad ang DepEd.
Yes.
Pero sa senior high school po, twice.
Twice.
Opo.
Baka naman may apela kasi nun. Hindi. Pero malalaman natin. We will find out. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chair, just to clarify yung two payments no
Yes.
in one school year. That happened in school year 2016-2017 and 2017-2018 only.
Oh, so
Oo.
ngayon hindi na ganon.
After that kasi full payment na po yung nire-release sa school.
Ma'am Rosalina Cruz, sabi ng PEAC, full payment na daw after
Pero-
2017.
Nung una po kasi, nung ako pang nag-handle ng finances, baka nga po yung year na yon.
Yes.
Is po talaga.
When
Ewan
did
ko
you
na po
stop
ngayon,
handling the finances of your school?
ng pong 20, yung nag-pandemic po.
So, sinasabi ka ng PEAC,
pwede po sinasabi ng
So,
PEAC
one-time
na
na lang.
one-time payment.
yes.
Maaari pong
Pero
pwede.
nag-agree po kayo
Opo,
na
nag-agree po
ang
ako sa kanila.
konsepto talaga is dapat mabuo yung first and second sem
Opo,
bago makuha yung payment. I mean, yun yung to deserve a payment.
opo,
Tama yun. That is why may refund mechanism sila.
opo.
Yes, Attorney Tara?
Yes, Mr. Chair, just to clarify siguro yung statement din ni ma'am, no, na there were times na DepEd paid the schools two billings, two payments pala. We had a budget cut for the senior high school voucher in 2018, Mr. Chair. So that's why hinati po natin yung payments natin with that time. And it was only in 2023 bumalik po tayo na isang one-time payment po tayo, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, pero the concept is one-time payment talaga dati.
Yes.
Except na nagka-budget cut noon. No?
Yes, that's right.
2017, 2018.
2018, Mr.
Yes,
Chair.
that was the reason.
Yes, Mr. Chair. And then may I go back to your previous
Yes.
question? And I'll correct myself, Mr. Chair. It's not a disqualification, but more of the voucher beneficiaries will lose their subsidy if they do any of the following. Number one, drop out in the middle of the school year, do not re-enroll in the following school year, fail to be promoted to the next grade level or are retained in the same grade level, transfer to another senior high school within the school year, transfer to a DepEd senior high school, and transfer to an SUC or LUC, Mr. Chair.
Attorney Tara, just yung enumeration ninyo, meron na dong risky. Yung sinabi ninyo kung hindi mag-enroll sa next academic calendar o hindi pumasa.
Yes po.
Ano, hindi pumasa?
Oo. Yes, do not, both, Mr. Chair, do not re-enroll in the following school year and fail to be promoted in the next grade
Yes, so-
level.
All private high schools will pass all students.
Yes.
Kasi pag hindi nila pinas yun, hindi sila makakakuha ng payment.
Yeah.
So maybe you should also review that particular because they will be, di ba? It's to their own benefit to just pass everybody. Mali ba yung logic nun? Di ba? Yun ang logic.
Mr.
Kasi
Chair.
yes, sir.
I think I can agree with you that, no? Sa
Yes.
assumption na ganun. Kasi isa sa mga concern yun eh. Meron ng mga case kasi, no, na hindi sila nagtatapos. Tuloy pa rin po yung billing. And then others, lumipat na ho sa public. Meron ng mga instances na binibuild pa rin ho ng dating school. Kasi assumption, kung malalaman naman is, yun nga, coming from the PEA, i-refund. Right.
Oh,
So, pwede hong...
Mag-bill ka na
I will
kasi
have-
refund
yes, I
lang
will
naman.
have-
Kung
I have-
madiscover nila.
Yes, I have to take
Mhm.
chances. I have to
Oo.
take chances.
Okay,
At kasi coming from PEA, yung word ho na, you can refund.
Yes.
Paano kung hindi ho malaman? Kasi ho, ito yung mga case,
Malalaman na
no?
po namin.
Parang kami ho, may nangyari sa amin. Dahil ho, lumipat sa amin. Kasi dati ho ang assumption, coming from grade 11, dapat hanggang grade 12 ka doon sa private schools na yon. Yun ho ang assumption nung una.
Oo.
Hindi ka ho pwedeng lumipat ng grade 12 tapos yung school na yon mabibil ka, hindi ho. Dati ho, yun ang assumption. Kaya ho,
Pero mali rin yun, ha?
galing sa akin grade 11,
Oo.
ay hindi ko alam kung saan siya pumunta, I can still bill him. Kasi nga yung assumption na pwede ko pa rin siyang i-bill kasi galing siya sa akin.
Yes. So, Mr. Victorio, we both agree kailangan i-review ng DepEd itong iba-iba
Yes
nilang
po,
mga
yes po.
conditions, di ba?
Lalo rin ho yung sinasabi nga ni Ma'am kanina, no? Semestral po ang senior high.
Yes.
So hindi ho naman nadadalaw. Dadalawin ngayon, hindi na sa pumasok ng second sem, pero binibill pa rin po siya. Kaya nga na review yan. Kunyari, ako, dahil nalipat ako yung family namin nalipat. From Manila ako, napunta ako ng Laguna. Ang senior high school po ngayon ay, ang kanya lang hong choice is to stay on that school o kaya
Yes.
hindi na ho siya papasok.
Parang may
siyempre,
mali doon, ano?
yes. Kung understanding ho ng may-ari ng school, subukan nating i-bill yan. Baka hindi naman nag-enroll sa iba yan. We can still bill that guy.
Oo.
So, yun po.
But minsan hindi talaga, may Attorney Tara, dalawa na yung parang kailangan nyo, again, it's up to the Department of Education. Sinasabi lang namin dito, una, hindi naman dapat, hindi naman siguro dapat pumasa lang. Kasi kung pumasa ka lang, walang ang gagawin ng lahat ng private senior high school, ipapasa na lang. Kasi kung hindi nila ipasa, hindi sila makakolekta, pero tinuruan na nila na 1 taon. Pangalawa, kung ang requirement is mag-enroll rin sa grade 12 in the same senior high school program, school, parang unfair nga. Paano nga kung lumipat ka bigla ng Laguna? From some other province, lumipat ka ng ibang probinsya, dapat at least for that academic calendar, makabill pa rin sila kasi tinuruan na nila for 1 year eh. Para lang mawala yung di ba, yung kaya ma-clarify. Pero yung pagpasa, unless hindi ko naintindihan yung statement
Tama naman po, Mr. Chair. However, as we check, hindi po yun assurance na talagang pinapasa din naman nila lahat, Mr. Chair, because nga po may nakikita din naman po tayong nagda-drop out, hindi nag-continue.
Ay, dropout, iba yun. Pero yung pumasa at hindi pumasa, iba yun. Ang dropout, yung kusa ng estudyante, hindi na siya pumasok. Pero yung estudyante, tinapos niya from day 1 to the last academic day ng academic calendar, pero hindi niya napasa lahat ng subjects niya, walang wala. Well, they would pass na lang. Kasi payment yun eh. Yung dropout, I get your point. Pero again,
yes, Mr. Chair.
even yung dropout, kasalanan ba nung yun?
Ng school?
Na school, yes. Kasi ginawa nila lahat eh. Tinuruan nila lahat. Kasi ang mangyayari dyan, yung sinasabi ni Mr. Victorio na baka sakali hindi nila mapansin, isubmit rin. I think yung nuances na yun, baka...
Yes, Mr. Chair. Sige po, we will look at the nuances with that, Mr. Chair. Pero kasi the subsidy really is for them to continue sana. So, we'll
But the
check,
subsidy
Mr.
should really be to provide first quality education.
That's right,
Yun yung
Mr. Chair.
primary. Pero kung ipapasa nyo, na-force silang ipasa dahil Sayang yung hindi na promote yung quality.
That's right, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Kaya nga maganda din po yung linagay niyo po doon sa ating bill na it's really about the quality
Yes,
of
yes.
standards of the schools
And you heard
providing.
already from FAPSA itself, yung mga struggles, challenges na dinadaanan ng isang school owner kasi mahirap rin for the small and medium-sized schools, tinamaan sila ng malaki nung pandemic.
That's right.
Because lahat naglipatan sa DepEd schools kasi marami nagbigayan ng computer eh. Hindi kaya magbigay ng small and medium sized. Ngayon, eto sasabihin ninyo pag hindi pumasa yan, hindi ka na bibigyan. Parang yun ang sinabi sa kanila, pag hindi pumasa yung estudyante, wala kayong voucher. Is that their fault eh? Parang, di ba? Hindi But let me recognize the Honorable Salvador Pleito, the gentleman from the 6th District of Bulacan. The Honorable Franz Castro has a few questions. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, unang-una, ilan po ba ang senior high school voucher program beneficiary na schools? Wait, by the way, isa po naman, kailan ba nagsimula itong voucher system? Kasi yung ating K-12 is 2013. Kailan siya nagsimula na magkaroon tayo ng voucher system, attorney?
Attorney Franz, para ay tinanong namin
Teacher.
earlier yan eh. Yung ESC program, ito yung sa first year to fourth year high school, that started in the 80s, 1980s. Noong 1990s, inamyendahan yung batas.
Mm-mm.
Pero junior high school lang yan. I mean, first year high school to fourth year high school. Tapos yung binibigyan lang nila, yung accredited.
Okay.
You will only be accredited if you have been issued a certification of recognition by DepEd.
Kaya nga po.
Lahat kasi permit to
So-
operate. Pero para kasi na lahat yan. Pero yung
Hindi,
senior
iba
high
kasi
school,
yung GASPE.
walang accreditation. Walang
Hindi, yung
accreditation yun.
GASPE kasi, Mr. Chair, ibig sabihin, when the junior high school was accredited na, ibig sabihin, yung senior high school nila ay kasama na
Hindi.
doon sa accreditation.
Until now, no senior high school program has been given
Well,
a certificate of recognition. Up to today, wala pa. So nagbibigay
pero
sila.
nakakatanggap po
Correct.
ng voucher system. Kaya yung
Yes.
tanong ko po, ilan sa mga schools natin yung nakakatanggap ng voucher system doon sa doon sa private school,
Senior high school?
senior high school?
Mr. Chair, to answer that po, for school year 2024-2025, we have around 4,415 schools.
With senior high school.
With senior high school.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Na beneficiary nitong voucher system.
Participating, yes, Mr. Chair.
Participating. So ilan po yung students covered by this school na beneficiary ng voucher system?
Around 1.2 million, Mr. Chair.
Okay, sa 1.2 million, sinasabi nyo, in the school year 2023-24, 22K students, yung sinasabi ninyo na may problema tayo, Mr. Chair, doon sa, tama ba? Kasi sabi nyo 200 million, tapos sabi nila 22K students, Mr. Chair, yung apektado nitong merong ghost or anomalya. Tama ba yun?
Ang sinasabi nila, yun ang sinabi nila na 2023 to 2024, mga 200 million ang na-hold nila.
Mhm.
Yung na-hold nila represents approximately 22,000 students.
Oh,
Pero,
okay.
pero hindi yan ang coverage. Hindi pa nila malalaman kung yan talaga yung whole ambit na allegedly. Kasi yung checking nila nung time na yon ay based lamang sa LIS system. Hindi pa nila na-check until the last day. So possibly lalaki pa yan.
Pero
Kung
as of
ma-check lahat.
now, ang kino-question nating ghost students ay 22K out of 1.2 million. Tama?
For 2023-2024.
For 2022-2023, kasi sabi nyo kasi there are 4,415 beneficiary of voucher system dito sa senior high school. Ilan ba yung estudyante dyan? 1.2 million yung covered noong voucher system.
Correct.
And you said a while ago, Mr. Chair, sabi ng ating ni Attorney Tara, 200 million yung
So far.
involved. So 22K yung involved na ghost students dito.
So
So
far.
yun.
Pero
Pero
pwedeng lumaki. Kasi yan lang ang na-check pa based on the LIS.
So, ilan po yung checkin pa natin? How many percent? Sabi natin 10% pa lang.
Yun yung
Tama.
PAYAC pa lang. Iba na yung system na ginawa ng DepEd. PAYAC yung 10% at that
Okay.
point in time.
Sino po ba yung anong bureau yung in charge po doon sa payment ng mga voucher na to? Kasi ang alam ko,
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, yung PAYAC kasi, hindi lang yung PAYAC yan eh. Kasi yung chair niyan ay yung department secretary. Diba? Na nag-aalam talaga kung ano yung mga nangyayari dito sa program natin, even the GASPE and yung voucher. So, gusto ko malaman anong bureau talaga yung in charge dito kasi hindi naman natin pwedeng sabihin na the whole DepEd na ito, di ba? So we have to point out talaga anong bureau, Mr. Chair, yung in charge dito. So bakit nangyayari ito? Bakit ngayon lang natin yan na-discover? Well, in fact, yung guest nga natin, Mr. Chair, na PAYAC dati, sinasabi nila, they are closely monitoring. So alam ko yung curriculum, yung standard, etc. Pati itong finance. So kung ganun kahigpit ang PAYAC, hindi lalabas ito doon sa pinag-aaralan ng DepEd. Kaya gusto nating malaman what particular bureau ang in charge dito.
Yes, Mr. Chair. To answer that po, the office or the service that is in charge of the government assistance and subsidies ngayon is our office po, yung GAS, Government Assistance and Subsidies Service. It was only created actually, Mr. Chair, before 2023, January 2023, it was GASO ang tawag po kasi Government Assistance and Subsidies Office pa po siya. It was created in January 2023. Ngayon, Mr. Chair, and I want to take this opportunity also to thank this committee because it was in this committee na na-push po natin yung DBM to provide us with a permanent na mga positions because GASO at that time we were only mga contract of service lang po ang nandoon. So this year's last year 2024 ginawa po siyang service at meron na po siyang plantilla positions po. So it's already called GAS. So as we see, Mr. Chair, no, ang nakita nating of course, mga challenges before, hindi po talaga to natutukan because there was no dedicated office at that time. And it was only in 2023 and 2024 na meron pong dedicated office na tututok po talaga sa implementation sa GASPE na program in partnership with PAYAC po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So, itong GASO po yung in charge. So, paano nag-effect yung payment? No, I mean, sabi nyo kasi yung mga LIS, so yun yung pinagbabatayan. Do you conduct regular monitoring nung mga schools involved? Kasi Mr. Chair, alam ko meron sa bawat region, merong in charge din na bureau, na department sa bawat regional, no, na in charge sa private school. Kung namomonitor yan, nakikita physically, na-check physically yung mga bata na nandiyan dyan, na-check, baka hindi dapat nangyari ito. So paano nangyayari yung nakakabayad tayo and then madidiscover natin may ghost pala? Yun ang gusto ko malaman. So, asan doon yung lapse?
Okay.
Dahil ba sa mga sinasabi ninyong hindi natututukan yan, contract of service lang? So, yun talaga ang problema natin. Bakit na tinututulan natin yung mga contract of service dito sa mga masiselan na trabaho talaga ng mga ahensya,
Okay. To answer that, Mr. Chair, siguro we can go back to yung natin, no, the management of the program before. It is only before the institution of a dedicated office, no, to implement the GASPE program in DepEd. It was only PAYAC po talaga ang nagko-conduct ng physical monitoring, which is yung sinabi po nating 10%, Mr. Chair. And in 2023, I think yun po, wala po tayong counter-checking. It's a challenge po talaga because we also don't have enough manpower din po sa baba to check, and wala din pong siguro guide ang mga nasa field offices on how to conduct monitoring of these schools kasi nga po ang partner lang po natin doon is ang PAAC. Kaya po hindi po talaga siya na lahat po ng schools ng participating ay hindi napupuntahan. So when GAS was instituted already, Mr. Chair, we opted to do a system-to-system lang po na checking. So through the LIS, which is 100% naman po. 100% yung checking natin doon sa school year 2023-2024. Again, there was a challenge still because physically, 10% lang din po ang napupuntahan ng PAAC. Ngayon, for school year 2024-2025, yun po yung dinagdagan pa po natin yung layer natin. Aside from PAC conducting the physical monitoring, we also engage na ngayon po yung ating mga schools division offices to conduct also a physical monitoring of the private schools. So, aminado po tayo sa Department of Education na of course no before earlier years po talaga meron tayong lapses, but as you can see po starting 2023 we have managed naman po to rev up po yung ating mga validation and evaluation ng ating mga schools na participating, Mr. Chair.
Well, ma'am, ang tinitignan kasi natin dito, Mr. Chair, no, paano yung nangyari. So moving forward, yung sinasabi natin na monitor na ngayon, meron na kayong API, 'di ba? Kasi alam niyo naman, Mr. Chair, sensitive tayo pagdating sa pondo ng ating bayan o pondo ng mamamayan. Kaya kailangan talaga nating magamit ito sa talagang paggagamitan. So ayaw natin yung mga ganitong nagkakaroon ng problema at anomalya. Kaya Mr. Chair, yung sinasabi natin na nagtataka lang po ako kung sino ang in charge doon sa pagbabayad nitong mga scrupulous na kasi paano nagkaroon ng 200 million na na nabayaran natin na hindi natin
po yun
na-check, tama
nabayaran.
ba yun?
Hindi po natin nabayaran,
Hindi,
Mr.
yung mga
Chair.
yung mga ghost na mga students, di nahuli noon. At paano natin ngayon nagagawin yung yung pag-check? So kasi hindi talaga kakayanin niya ng DepEd Central Office. Kaya nga sabi natin meron tayo sa mga regional na in charge talaga sa pagmo-monitor, hindi lang sa curriculum, pagmo-monitor din sa physical na presence ng mga bata, lalong-lalo na yung mga recipients nitong mga subsidy na ito. So paano yun pinagugulong ng DepEd sa baba?
Yung point is talaga yung yung sa babae, paano niya na-check eh? Pwede ba? Hindi ba dapat SDO yun?
Yes,
SD,
oo. So hindi kasi pwedeng sabihin na inaamin na namin meron tayong lapses, meron tayong kasi kulang yung ating mga tao, yung ganito. Hindi pwedeng anuhin yun eh. Oo, hindi pwedeng maging
LIS
rason yun
lang.
eh.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Kaya po nung last hearing po natin, Mr. Chair, we already done yung sinasabi ko pong yung 5 layers of validation na po natin ngayon with the senior high school. And i-add ko pa po yung gagawin po ng private education office to recognize the senior high school na mga schools po. So we already have this 5 layer kasi wala po si Representative Castro, if I may share it again, no? So the 5 layers po, Honorable Chair, are the following. Number 1 is we do the API. That's upon the creation of the billing po, binabangga na po ng system na yan. And number 2, another layer po, Mr. Chair, would be once we receive the billing, ang office po namin, the GAS will conduct 100% again validation with the learner's information system. Upon receipt pa lang po, upon receipt. So that's around mga second semester or less than second semester po pala, Mr. Chair. The third validation would be another 100% validation, this time by the PAYAC, our co-manager. 100% validation if natapos po nila yung second sem. Number 4 would be the physical validation, physical monitoring visit of PAYAC Mr. Chair, sa mga schools. And because hindi po nila covered yung 100% doon, we also engaged our schools division offices to monitor mismo then physically the schools that are participating. And I would like to add another validation or another ano pa natin doon to strengthen yung ating pagtingin sa mga participating schools. We also have the recognition na po ng senior high school which Director Verns and the rest of the private education office is working on, kasi ito po talagang nakikita din natin na isa sa mga tutulong sa atin na magsala ng mga participating schools dito sa senior high school voucher program, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Okay. So meron tayong na found out na 52. So I mean from yung 200 million na hindi natin na ibayad dahil na found out natin na physically wala doon yung estudyante. So out of 52 schools, tama ba, Attorney Tara, Mr. Chair? 52 schools yung na found out natin na nagbibiling na merong ghost.
Okay, Mr. Chair, just to clarify,
Mhm.
we have terminated 55 schools in total po. Ano po niyan is yung school year 2021-2022, we have around 22 schools. For school year 2022-2023, we have 32 schools. And for school year 2023-2024, we have one school terminated. So that's around 55 schools terminated for the 3 school years, Mr. Chair. Yung sinabi ko po na 200 million na hindi natin binayaran nung school year 2023-2024 is yung breakdown po noon, Mr. Chair, we will still have to submit to you po. Kasi nga, Mr. Chair, also for the information of everyone, itong school year 2023-2024, hindi pa po tayo tapos kasi meron pa po tayong schools under investigation. But for the 200 million, Mr. Chair, we can provide you po with a breakdown po of our findings po, Mr. Chair.
So moving forward, Mr. Chair, so itong 55 schools na ito, so na merong alleged na fraud or whatever na matatawag natin doon. So ano po yung ginawa natin doon?
Mr. Chair, I would like to also to share na itong mga 55 terminated schools, our legal office is also looking at filing criminal cases na lang po, criminal cases din po for these schools who are involved. If ever po nakita po talaga natin na fraudulent din po yung talagang paggawa nila nitong mga yung mga students nila na nakita nating no enrollment record, etc. So we are working on that with the legal office po, Mr. Chair.
Okay, yun na lang. Thank you.
Thank you very much po.
Before we recognize si Honorable Busita, just to wrap up yung kay Honorable Castro, right now may office na who takes a look yung payment, di ba? And that is
Yes,
your
Mr.
office.
Chair. Our office po,
And
Mr.
that
Chair.
office began, dati siya,
Interim, I don't, ad hoc.
ad hoc siya noong mga 2023, binuksan na yan.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Oo. Before that, wala.
Wala po,
Wala.
Mr. Chair.
But who takes care of the private school concerns? Is there any office in the Department of Education that takes care of the private school concerns?
I'll give you to Director Vern.
Director Burns, yes.
Mr. Chair, right now meron na po, but only
Hindi.
as of 2022.
As of 2022,
Yes,
ano
naka-create
pangalan
po,
niya?
The
Peo.
Private Education Office.
Office. Before that, kunyari nung time when this voucher system was first introduced in the 80s, the 90s, walang private office sa Department of Education. There was no Bureau of Private Offices or office. Oh, meron eh. Yan ang problema eh. Meron yan eh.
Meron tayong Bureau of
Yes.
Private School na
Yes,
binuwag lang ng
that is
DepEd.
correct.
So wag na sabihin wala kasi
Okay.
imposibleng walang nagre-regulate sa ating mga
Oo.
private
So
school.
kailan yan? Kailan yung Bureau? Ano tawag doon dati?
Bureau of Private School.
Yes? Nawala yung mic.
Opo,
Okay.
ayan po. The Bureau of Private Schools po,
Bureau of
po.
Private. Meron
Yes
yan
po.
dati.
Yes, meron po.
Kasi dyan nga dumudulog ng concerns yung private schools. At least yung nauna sa inyo. Di ba? Doon yun eh. Ano nangyari doon?
We'll have to trace the history. But
Oh,
for the
I'll tell
DepEd
you,
order.
ang problema, mas alam pa namin eh.
No,
Oy.
in the DepEd order, Mr. Chair, creating the private ed office, nandun po yung mga previous versions of the previous
Yes.
attitude
Anong
of
year
the
na
Bureau of
wala
Private
itong
Schools.
bureau na to?
Let me check lang po,
Anong
Mr.
year?
Chair. But definitely po before the rationalization plan in 2015.
For-
Wala na po.
Before that, anong year? Yun ang nagtataka lang ako, bakit kami alam namin eh. Bakit dapat that's yung that type of year. Dapat, kasi dati may bureau talaga yan eh. Tinanggal lang yan eh. Kaya nagtataka nga kami bakit tinanggal. That's why this committee insisted na mabalik yan. In fact, meron kami yung bill namin on IGASPE will really institutionalize it. Yung pinasa natin on third reading. Will institutionalize it. Pero ang question nga, kailan natanggal yan? Does anyone know? Ma'am Chua, Dr. Chua.
I just want to say that, yes, there was already the private education office, but I have to honestly say na just for the sake of having one, because there's no
Kailan
no
natanggal?
enough personnel.
Yes, kailan natanggal yung now they have meron na silang plantilla. Nabigyan na sila ng plantilla because of committee
Kaya lang
meetings.
po kung, Honorable Chairman, kaya lang po
Hindi, yung kanya meron, gas ang meron.
kami pong private school every year.
Yes, but Dr. Chua, dali
No,
lang.
is-
That is not the
Opo.
query first. The
Opo.
query is, meron dating Bureau of Private Education.
Which
ang
was
DepEd.
abolished.
Anong taon na abolish yan? Yes.
Mr. Chair, yes po. In 1972, in 1975, the Bureau of Private Schools was abolished pursuant to Presidential Decree number 1, passed in 1972.
Oh, I'm wondering ha. Alam namin yung year, kailan natigil yan. Ang layo ng year mo. Can anyone give guidance to DepEd? Kailan natanggal to? I-check natin sometime before 2016. Pero after 2010.
Alam ko, Mr. Chair, natanggal yan noong ipatupad yung 9155. Check nyo, yung 9155, yung RA 9155 na nag-reorg na, yung tinanggal na, Mr. Chair, yung sports and culture na doon sa, So, parang yun natatandaan ko na.
Natin ganito. We know when, but can you submit a letter to the committee? Yung up-to-date naman, alam mo yung 70 sinabi mo, talagang alam mo talaga, Director Burns, nagulat ako doon ha. Alam mo, sa likod mo may mga nagtawanan eh. Sa totoo lang, kasi sobrang layo na nun. Hindi, it happened
Chair, because-
much later on. But again, just
we'll-
submit.
yes, we
Take
will
a look
submit.
at the history,
Yes,
kailan
we'll-
nawala yan.
Will do, Mr. Chair. Thank you
Yes.
po.
Honor Dr. Chua?
Just want to say po na may PEO tayo, pero ngayon po every time you need data, they always ask us to still provide. Halimbawa po itong latest, may memo kami, ilagay namin doon magkano yung tuition fee namin, kailan nag-increase. Lahat naman po yun na nasasubmit pagka nag-apply ng permit o nag-apply ng increase for tuition fee. Parang sabi namin, ang dami nating record binibigay, sinasubmit, pero every time kailangan ng BEC, lagi ibababa sa amin, kailangan mag-fill up kayo. Ang deadline March 14, pero kahapon lang namin natanggap na kailangan mag-fill up.
No?
Opo.
Kasi nung natanggal yung bureau na yan, nung diniscontinue yan sa private,
Opo.
sa totoo, hindi lang sa nawalan ng pupuntahan ng private school sa DepEd, pero nawalan talaga ng office pati plantilla. Under the IGASP namin,
Opo.
pasado na namin on third and final reading, we reinstated that para mabigyan talaga ng ng plantilla items. But it takes two to tango.
Opo.
Hindi pwedeng house lang ang nakapagpasa, kailangan na namin ng kabilang version.
Opo.
So yun na lang, hintayin na lang natin yung because right now, aminado naman That is why nga in-institutionalize ulit ng house yan under the IGASP. Para mabigyan sila ng proper.
Honorable Chairman, ang naka-assign po sa bawat SDO, isang tao lang. And then yung tao na yon na in charge sa private school, hawak pa rin niya ang public. Kaya po halos hindi
Yes,
nabibigyan.
we
talaga
understand.
ng-
That is why Including yung teacher load. Napakalaki ng teacher load for non-academic tasks.
Opo, tapos yung kanina po,
Dininig na rin namin
yung
yun.
kanina po na sana ang senior high school natatapos ang isang school year, meron pong policy na binabasa aming mga private school ever since nag-start kami, 20 years na, dapat ang bata merong 180 learning days na inattend para siya qualified ma-promote. Pag less than 180 academic days, learning days, hindi siya pwede i-promote ng private school.
Correct. Yun yung minimum number of academic school
Opo.
days naman eh. Yeah.
Opo.
With that,
Mr. Chair, habol ko lang no, yung moving forward kasi kung iniimbestigahan niyo yung mga private schools na 55 involved, dapat tignan niyo rin sa bureau ninyo sino yung nagkakaroon ng neglect, no? Nagkakaroon ng hindi nagawa yung kanilang tungkulin ha. Hindi lang yung private school. Kasi sila nagsasubmit lang sila pero sino yung tumatanggap tapos hindi naman nila nagagawa yung tungkulin nila na i-monitor yan o i-validate yan, etc. So hindi lang yun ha. We have to check din sa part ng DepEd po, Mr. Chair.